And so is it possible we might be able to go out to lunch or in a dinner, and sister they, oh, pastor, I go, prophet Johnson, I go. And so then they go out to eat, right? And then he disarms her, right? And they eating food. And when you eat, you just kind of relax anyway, right? Eating leads to fellowship, leading to being relaxed, leading to you talking about stuff that sometimes you don't have any business talking about. Next thing you know, you're like, how did I get here, right? Okay, so she getting all relaxed, she eating and drinking wine, defenses down. Then she started talking about her problems, right? Pastor talking about his problems, right? All the trauma that she had in her. He talks about one traumatic thing, and he does that to rope her in. She talks about all the traumatic things in her family, all the traumatic things going on in her life and at her job, and how she needs to quit. It just going on and on and on, right? And so the next thing you know, she's trauma bonded to the pastor. She's trauma bonded, right? And then that leads to her getting so relaxed between the food and the wine, right? And him love bombing her with this expensive meal. The next thing you know, they're at a hotel, right? And then the way he justifies it, well, God is good, and you a woman of God, and I'm a man of God, and God will forgive us because you're doing a mighty work of the Lord, especially with them cupcakes. And he's pumping her up and all this, and she had too much to eat, too much to drink, and got too caught up and disarmed and trauma bonded. And the next thing you know, she's giving her body away, and she's soul tied, right? Then she is still under this love bombing spell, right? Because the love bombing, that's toxic emotional and spiritual energy. So she's in this love bombing spell. Next thing you know, she's buying him stuff, right? Sneaking it to him, some more $600-700 cologne, shoes, suits, shirts, ties, all of this stuff that she's never done before, right? Remember, when you're drunk, you do things you would normally do, right? You become free-hearted. Everybody drinks on me, right? And all that kind of stuff. People get drunk, and how you got spirits that's eliminating through your body and permeating. You start doing stuff that normally wouldn't do, right? So she's under this love bombing spell, about all this stuff for the past and all of this, and don't even know he got several other side chicks, and that she done something she never would have done before. And it reminds me about a movie I watched recently by T.D. Jakes. It's called Wrath, and you got Michelle Williams in there, and she meets this one guy, and then he calls her up like, let's go out again. No, I'm at my parents' house. And then she said, okay, you know what? We'll go out. I'll go out with you. Maybe it was like Friday or whatever day it was coming up, and we'll just do drinks. And he said, okay. Next thing you know, they have drinks, but next thing you know, they're back at his place and in his bed. And then she's like, oh, I don't usually do stuff like this. And she's like, I hope you don't think I'm that type of person. So you see what I'm saying? This man was narcissistic. He was able to disarm her. She got relaxed with him because what? He started pulling out that Python spirit of, oh, we're both lawyers, right? So the similar interests. Remember, we talked about that, how the old prophet did with the man of God. I'm a prophet just like you are. And in the movie, the man was a lawyer, but I'm just saying he did all of this stuff to help to pull her in, like all the similarities and what happened, you drinking and all of that. And he was like, well, let's go out to eat. She said, no, I told you, we just doing one drink. That's all we doing. I already told you that. Like she was letting him know. But then still, the next thing you know, they back at his place. You see what I'm saying? That disarming, right? And so that brings us to number 20. False prophets are shepherds without sheep. And you think, well, how can somebody be a shepherd without sheep? They are their own sheep. Instead of them taking care of the congregation and feeding the congregation and looking after the congregation, right?